Good afternoon, Covidians. Another attempt at making a video. What I want to begin with is obviously this terrible tragedy of these people who have died in the English Channel. The miracles it a human tragedy. I do. I think it said something like nearly 30 lives have been lost. Men, women, babies, children. Just let that sink in for a second. Nearly 30 lives lost, yeah? I want to read something that a friend of mine put on. It's from it's obviously a piece from a newspaper, and it's from a section that's just called Views. I'm just going to read what it says, okay? The heartbreaking tragedy that left at least 30 people dead in the English Channel was grimly inevitable. Too many have risked their lives in this dangerous stretch of water this year. No one other than a desperate pays thousands of pounds to board a flimsy craft in the middle of winter without a life jacket. Those fleeing persecution or simply looking for a better life are not the ones to be blamed. I'm just going to try that again. People traffickers are now using an alternative to hiding their human cargoes in lorries and ferries. Callous crooks who should be pursued internationally with the full force of the law are behind this vile trade. But the UK government's hostile environment, which makes it difficult for families to reunite or for people to pursue safe, legal asylum routes to Britain, needs to be re-examined. Prime Minister Johnson and Home Secretary Patel last night spoke of how the tragedy shows. I'm just going to get another page. Of how the Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Home Secretary Priti Patel last night spoke of how the tragedy shows the hazards of crossing the English Channel. They didn't mention the dangers of pandering to the most xenophobic elements of their own party. Patel, I love the way they just use Patel. Patel previously proposed blocking boats as they enter UK waters, a ridiculous suggestion that would risk even more lives. For too long, migrants have been demonised instead of being seen for what they are, human beings needing help. I wanted to quote that because I don't think I could have put that better myself. Thank you to my friend for posting it. Yeah, we don't need xenophobia. Yeah, do we? We don't need it. Yeah, but sure enough, it's been encouraged. Oh yeah, it's been encouraged. It's been stirred up by the Tories. It's been stirred up by the likes of Nigel Farage. Yeah. It's been stirred up to such an extent that people post, memes like this. Something tells me that the last thing on this mother's mind is stealing a British job or claiming £75 a week means tested universal credit. I think it tells me that too, yeah? But the xenophobia always stirred up, isn't it, yeah? I mean, who would... Refugees, Peter Collett puts here, fleeing violence and terror. They're fleeing your wars, your terror. They're not coming chasing after your benefits and your jobs. That's what they're doing. Would you pack yourself into a boat like that? Would you even, would you pay these callous people smugglers that kind of money, realising that you may drown, you may die, you might not even make the crossing? Someone put it more bleakly than that. More basically, this person said, if you look at this picture and still don't believe that we and other countries should provide safe routes for people to seek asylum, you're an inhuman effing monster. The trouble is, there are people in this country, in this world, there are people in the Tory party who are inhuman monsters. Those people exist even now, yeah? And they're easily whipped up into more hate, more xenophobia by this man, the man we now call Depiffle Pig, yeah? The man who's an Islamophobe, the man who talked about Muslim women wearing dress that makes them look like letterboxes, the man who talked about tank-topped bum boys. The problem is we have become so inhuman as a society. We have become that inhuman. We don't want to help. Yeah? We don't want to help these people. They have a right under international law to seek asylum in foreign countries. That is a right under international law. Yeah? But what does Pretty do? What does Boris do? Make it a hostile environment. Hostility, violence against these people when they've come over their hotels where they've been housed, when they're being processed for asylum and whatever. And people have actually kind of invaded their hotels, gone around knocking on doors and everything, trying to turn all the people out of a travel lodge or something. Yeah? That's how awful we have become as a country. Refugees welcome, absolutely. And my heart goes out to those who lost loved ones and family less than 24, well, just slightly over 24 hours ago now. That's terrible. May they rest in peace.